presidente Francisco Valcárcel, supervisor Ricardo Rizzo, junto con la Comisión de Boxeo de Puerto Rico, el presidente José Peña Garicano. Presentando a los jueces, introducing our judges scoring the bout from ringside, Dennis Nelson, Victor Salamon, and Jose Torres, and the referee in charge of this bout, el referee es Roberto Ramirez. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBO middleweight championship of the world. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing first in the blue corner, wearing black trunks, hailing from Lyon, France, pesando 158 libras y media, his weight 158 and 1/2 pounds. Su récord, 32 victorias, 4 derrotas y un empate. Tiene 20 ganadas por knockout with a record of 32 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. He has 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former WBC middleweight champion of the world. Aquí está el ex campeón del mundo peso mediano, introducing Hacine Cherifi. Y su oponente en la esquina roja, his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing white trunks with blue trim, hailing from Walvis Bay, Namibia. Tiene un peso de 160 libras. He weighed in at 160 pounds even. Tiene un récord de 21 victorias sin derrota, con 17 de ellos por knockout, with a record of 21 wins, no losses. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing the undefeated WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, presentando al campeón del mundo peso mediano junior, introducing Harry Simon. Once again, Roberto Ramirez, our referee in charge, now to give instructions.
Hey, Harry. Hey, Simon. Come over. Okay, both of you were already properly addressed at the dress room, but let's have a very quick review of the instruction. You are not allowed to use the back of your punch or use your elbow. Don't punch by your head, okay? Good punches are below the belt. Bad punches, illegally. Legal punches over the leg. Okay? Very good.
You're gone, brother.
Both Simon and Cherifi extremely confident, bordering on cocky. Simon 5-0 in world title bouts, rising in weight, fighting for the vacant middleweight title, and he does so in the backyard of Tito, Trinidad. Hacine Cherifi 1-3 in world title bouts. All-time one of 19 world champions from France, always brimming with confidence, hard to intimidate. And what really sets Cherifi apart from other French fighters, he is often in the attack mode. Tenacious, less of a boxer. He is strong, looks to impose his will, and we'll see how he does with Simon.
Simon's come out using a good jab, and I know he wants to be impressive here in front of not only Trinidad's crowd, but Trinidad himself. He's in the house. Trinidad,
who just happens to be the most significant 160-pounder on the planet. And the message Simon plans to send is simple. Trinidad is not the only middleweight who matters.
I find it a little bit interesting here that Hacine Cherifi is sitting back, letting Simon carry the fight. He's got to get to the inside. I think he's better on the inside than Simon, but not fighting that way.
The knock on Simon in the past, as he just rattled Cherifi, has a tendency to be too mechanical. He needs to apply the pressure more, force the action more.
And you notice the 154-pound champion came in heavier by a pound and a half than the full-blown middleweight Cherifi.
Simon making no bones about it. He wants Trinidad.
Sometimes you shouldn't make a wish too hard, as you might get it.
Might come true. But the winner of this fight may have to fight Armand French and Sweet, the man who vacated this title or was stripped of this title to set up the void. He may become the mandatory. That is the likelihood.
You know, right now, Simon appears to be the stronger of the two. Cherifi doesn't have a lot on his punches, does seem somewhat weak.
Simon does have punching power, particularly the right. Sometimes relies too much on the power rather than working his way inside. He was a bit wild and knockout crazy before settling down in 3 of his previous 4 bouts.
A couple of wild punches by both fighters, both from some very wide hooks that are telegraphed a mile away. You can see them.
Good right hand that's scored by Cherifi. That gets the crowd going, and then he pounds to the body with the left. And he often leads with his head, as you just saw, Cherifi.
He does. He bends over and then jumps up with the hook, but every once in a while, his head is out there undefended.
He is awkward. He throws from unusual angles.
It was a nice left hook by Cherifi, but right now, I think the fighters are still in a little bit of a feeling out process, both a little nervous.
Cherifi almost always looking to force a brawl. He's in excellent condition, which is a big reason he can do what he does, perpetual motion. Wild swing and a miss with the right hand by Simon, and then Cherifi with a series of shots to Simon's head. Very busy is Cherifi here at the end of round 1.
Nice right hand and uppercut to him now. Simon coming back.
All right, Bobby, how about your keys to victory?
Well, we start with Harry Simon. I think he needs to set the fight distance. He likes to fight better from boxing stance and control things. It's easier for him to stay outside and get inside. Also, keep a fast pace. He's used to throwing a ton of punches and be quicker than the bigger Cherifi, although weight-wise, he seems to be the bigger right now. For Cherifi, I think he should bring the fight on the inside. That's his fight. It's not Simon's fight. Simon likes to set up from the outside. Also, good body work. We saw a little bit of it in the first round. He needs to do more. And lastly, outwork Simon. If he can outwork Simon at this weight, the fight is his.
Through a combination, after throwing the combination, you go to the side, Harry. You go step to the side. I don't want you to go back anymore. I tell this guy
Okay,
more.
second out.
Him, okay?
Second out.
We stay on him. We stay on him. Stay on him. Okay.
Simon, well, he told us his basic strategy was to box inside and out. Prefers fighting guys who come forward like Cherifi. A wild first round, Bobby.
Yeah, I think Cherifi probably landed more punches, just a few more, but not the heavier punches. The heavier punches were landed by Simon, so that's a very close round. It could be a dead even round.
But Cherifi can really take a punch. He was training for a fight from last night of the south of France, an 8-rounder, and he has no specific game plan. Has never seen Simon fight before tonight.
You know, and it's something when he talked to me in the interviews, I was amazed at how could you go into a fight and not prepare with what you have in the way of assets as well as deficits to cover your deficits and accentuate your assets. It would just be, I can't believe it. Shocking to me that you wouldn't watch the guy and see what he has.
Apparently some guys can do that. They don't always win, but they try to do that. But his response to you was interesting. He said, I'm not here in Puerto Rico to sit by the pool.
I understood that too, and I said to him, I know you came to fight and you have a basic style, but you might want to do certain little adjustments for specifically Simon. He said, we'll see.
He said his experience and the notion that Simon hasn't had the same kind of quality opposition he's had will be the difference. He says, I have a great chin. We'll see what kind of chin Simon has.
Have a clean break.
Simon feels he'll be just as strong at this higher weight as he was at 154. Cherifi says with Simon moving up in weight that his punch won't be as effective. Remember, Cherifi scored at 168.
Cherifi just caught Simon with a nice left hook, but didn't seem to do much damage. But it was probably the cleanest punch he's landed.
Got the crowd going. Excellent crowd on hand. The Coliseum seats over 11,000.
Simon seems to be overswinging a little bit, Steve, trying to land extra hard punches, hitting a lot of arms and missing. It just seems to be overswing a little bit.
Trying a little too hard, perhaps. Cherifi with a little blood on the brim of his nose. The upper ridge.
There again, you see Simon leaping him with a big left hand there, a big right hand.
And it was blocked by the arm of Cherifi.
I think think Simon's trying to make a statement in the middleweight division that he's a puncher here too. Could be a mistake.
And this fighting on the inside could favor Cherifi. Simon needs a little distance. Final seconds of round 2, scheduled for 12 for the vacant WBO middleweight title. A good finish by Simon. He's landing with lefts and rights to the head.
Very clean.
I need more body punches. I need one inside. I need short uppercut. One inside. I need those uppercut. Those uppercut inside. Uppercut inside. Uppercut is gonna do. Uppercut both sides. Hit it to left and right. Then you come and double up. Okay. Because that's the uppercut that's going to make us away from us here. This guy's just going to lean on you.
Harry Simon came out a little bit on the wild side swing, some big punches, looping. Look how wide that is. Very, very wide. Telegraphed, you can see that a mile away. This one to the right hand lands. That's a big wide shot. It limits his power.
He doesn't do anything special. He doesn't have a work rate like you. He doesn't have that. So let's put everything. Let's get the uppercuts going. Okay. I need to see those uppercuts inside. Go for it, baby. You go for it. Okay.
Round 3. Simon. A very good counter puncher. He knows how to go to the body, which can often be more debilitating than headshots. Let's see if he does more of that now. He finished strong with a flurry at the end of the round. There's a good body shot right on cue.
Beautiful right hand underneath. And Simon, again, he seems to be in a hurry.
Cherifi getting tangled up with some of the advertising.
Break.
Yeah, I think it's horrible. He needs to get that advertising off the ring. I thought going in the first 2 rounds would be very significant. Nobody made a real big statement. Simon a little more of a statement than Cherifi, so the next 2 rounds should be equally important.
Both fighters being a lot more deliberate now. Again, Simon missing a duck under move by Cherifi. Big right hand by Simon. A screen shot.
Cherifi threw a hook, it did graze, and that right hand landed clean.
Hey, don't hold. Okay.
Cherifi being cautioned for the hold, pulling Simon's head down. Big right hand by Simon to the head.
Simon showing much better power than we thought at this weight.
Perhaps to the surprise of Cherifi. He thought it would be otherwise. Simon continues to press.
Have a clean break.
His confidence gaining. Halfway, round 3. Cherifi now just flailing with the left.
Yeah, Cherifi doesn't look like his feet are settled under him. His legs aren't under him sturdy. He seems to be thinking retreat even as he punches.
A series of right hands by Simon to the head of Cherifi. Cherifi wiping a little blood. There's a right hand by Simon that lands cleanly to the head.
And once again, Simon not only landing better punches, but out muscling Cherifi on the inside.
2 tremendous right hands by Simon. Cherifi looks like he may be ready to go.
Good mix-up, too. Simon went to the body and hurt Cherifi up top and then downstairs.
Simon testing Cherifi's recuperative powers right here in round 3 with 30 seconds on the clock. And a left-hand body shot by Simon.
Break.
Simon really had Cherifi in trouble, and now Cherifi answers back with a couple of shots, but Simon jumps right back on him with a right to the head.
You can see right now that Simon is in control. His punches are hurting Cherifi. In the reverse is just not the case.
A case of survival in round 3 for the Frenchman.
Allez, maintenant, parce que tu mets pas ta main gauche. T'as vu comment t'as pris les coups? Non. Non, c'est une fois, c'est dégueu. Eh ouais, t'es parti. Hein? C'est pas grave, Hacine, hein, c'est pas grave encore. On en est qu'au quatrième, il se vide. C'est con parce que tu as été touché, mais il se vide. Hein. C'est pas grave, il a que ce ring-là pour lui. Hein.
We saw a good right hand Harry Simon threw. Comes in, and there it is, right on the tail end. Caught him right in the jaw. You see Cherifi bend over and offer up almost no offense whatsoever, just looking to hide, stay alive. It's another look, a good shot right here. Beautiful right hand right on the jaw. Cherifi not firing back, not really answering. Harry Simon is answering a lot of questions tonight.
Cherifi's been on the canvas 5 times in his career. In fact, he came off the canvas to beat Keith Holmes for the title. And here we go into round 4. Cherifi's toughest opponent, he told us, Neville Brown in '97. He got knocked down 3 times, came back to win by a 6-round TKO. He may have to update that situation, as Harry Simon may now take his place.
Well, I'll tell you what, I saw Joppy give him a good old-fashioned beating. I'm not sure he won a whole round. And if that wasn't a good tattooing, Neville Brown must be some fighter.
He went down 2 times against Joppy in September, and he did get pasted. He lost every round of that fight. Hung in there, though, for 12. He does have courage. A series of left hooks to the head by Cherifi didn't seem to bother Simon. Simon comes right back.
The very first round, Cherifi came out almost like it was the 7th or 8th round. A little slow, no real strength, almost like he was a little bit zapped.
Which is unlike him because he's usually in excellent condition.
And he comes out fresh and in your face. Now he looks sluggish and really slow and lethargic.
Very uncharacteristic of Cherifi. The crowd behind Cherifi, the Frenchman.
There you saw that right hand that was almost like a token push, not even a punch. These are barely slaps.
Okay, break.
I don't understand it.
Cherifi being out punched, out strength, outclassed generally by the Namibian Harry Simon.
Break, break. Come on.
This is not the same fighter that beat Keith Holmes. This is not even the same fighter who attempted to beat William Joppy.
Okay, break, break, break. Come on.
Cherifi just doesn't look like he has any strength today. And you know what? Sometimes the wars, like the ones with both of the wars with Holmes, then Joppy can take it out of you, Steve.
And Simon may be finishing him off. But here comes Cherifi as the crowd goes wild.
As I speak, Cherifi wakes up.
He got his wake-up call out of nowhere. Gets his second win. Simon slipping.
That was a slip and a push. That was the best exchange by far in this fight.
A flurry by Cherifi. Surprising Simon. And now Simon looks a little physically spent. Leaning on the shoulder of Cherifi.
See, if Cherifi comes forward like this, that's his fight. In this particular fight, that's the way you should fight it.
Simon telling Cherifi, bring it on. That big right, that long right was blocked.
They weren't.
The left-right combination scores by Cherifi. So a bounce-back situation for Cherifi with blood coming from the left eye.
Cherifi fighting a much better round.
The resilient Hacine Cherifi being cheered by the fans.
Hey, where's the jab, baby? Come to the jab. Come to the jab. You're walking.
Halfway through the round, Cherifi woke up. Works inside with a nice left hook there. Gets the attention of Simon. There's a right hand and another left on the inside. Now, they get tangled up a little bit, but he stays with it. And then later in the round, some more. Fighting back with some fire where he had not been for the first part of the fight. At the end of the round, there he ducks out, gets Simon with a small combination on top of the head. Nothing real serious, but working, outworking Simon. Much busier, outworking Simon, something I think he definitely needs to do.
You walk, you move that head. Walk, you move that head.
Cherifi very awkward, doesn't move around a lot. He's a good target, but he's frustrating Simon now. Cherifi waking up toward the end of round 4 and picking up where he left off in round 5. Cherifi really rallying at the end of round 4 with looping lefts and straight rights. And he's pushed down by Simon, who hears it from the crowd.
No more. Okay, no more.
A WWF move by Simon.
Okay.
You think that was partly out of frustration?
I suspect a little bit. You know, starting to come on a little bit. Cherifi, Simon's getting a little frustrated, not able to hit him, being forced to back up, not landing as he did for the first 2.5 rounds. Maybe a little frustration.
Wide left by Simon, did not score cleanly. Cherifi working that jab, pesky jab in the face of Simon. He's bothering.
Well, see, now you see Simon's not coming forward at will now. Now he's forced to back up. There he gets hit with another right hand and another.
A left-right combination to the head that's scored by Cherifi.
When Cherifi takes the fight to the inside, Simon has a problem with it.
Okay.
That is Cherifi's game plan and forte. Fight on the inside, looping right hand by Simon and counter-punching by Cherifi to the head. That is more successful.
Simon's not comfortable fighting backwards. Cherifi really isn't either, but the first part of the fight, that's all Cherifi's doing, going backward. Can't be effective that way, not with his style.
Cherifi very, very successful with that left jab.
You see,
and a
there's
slip under move by Cherifi.
Perfect triple jab in the way in, but doesn't throw the right hand or the hook.
Simon has really slowed down. Here's that point jab. This time he follows it up. Hacine with a right. And then he goes down to the body.
Jab being a big factor here. Hacine establishing a jab. Now you notice Simon's now starting to throw a big punch from the outside again. Not looking good that way.
And I'll tell you, defensively, Cherifi is blocking a lot of those punches by Harry Simon. Cherifi has really picked it up.
Little bang of heads there. Nice right hand over the top by Simon. Cherifi showing a little bit of signs of getting tired.
We talked about all the clutter at the top of the broadcast. Well, one division that is uncluttering itself these days is the middleweight division. 160-pounders are down to 2, with Felix Tito Trinidad to face Bernard Hopkins for title unification in September. They treat Tito like a rock star here in Puerto Rico. He received a standing O during a prelim fight when he arrived, and he's with us, and in particular, Jim Gray.
Thank you very much, Steve. Well, it'll be September 15th, Madison Square Garden. Tito Trinidad joining us, and Marcus Maldonado will interpret. Tito, what about your fight with Bernard Hopkins? Are you upset at the way that he has infuriated Puerto Rico and the displays that he has had in the promotion of this fight?
Pelea con Hopkins, ¿estás enojado por lo que hizo con la bandera y como insultó al país de Puerto Rico?
Sí, bueno, insultó a todo Puerto Rico y a mí personalmente, pero ¿verdad? Septiembre 15 yo lo veo cobrar.
He said he did insult me personally and all my people, and I take that to great offense.
I guess you'll take it out on him in the ring?
¿Sí te vas a desquitar con él en el ring?
Exactamente, septiembre 15 yo voy a ser el campeón, 3 veces campeón, y voy a quitarme todo lo que ha hecho.
I'm a 3-time world champion, and that's exactly what I'm going to do to him.
Now, Harry Simon has said he would like to fight you should he be victorious tonight. Is that something you would entertain?
Simon le gustaría una pelea si gana esta noche.
Bueno, conmigo no hay problema, pero sí hay que negociar con mi padre, con Don King, y veremos qué puede pasar.
For myself, there is no problem, as long as it's okay with my father and Don King.
Now, of course, you're here tonight to see Daniel Santos. He will fight in the next bout. He's a countryman of yours. You're going in the locker room to see him. What are you going to say to him?
Viniste a ver Santos, ¿qué le vas a decir cuando vas al visitador?
Bueno, voy a ir a que me de él y de verdad le voy a hacer toda la suerte como puertorriqueño que soy y verá que espero que gane y que haga una gran pelea. Aunque sé que Margarito también es un gran peleador.
He said he is my countryman, so I'm going to walk in there and wish him all the best luck, and I do recognize that Margarito is an excellent challenger.
Tito, thank you muchas gracias very much. Good luck against Bernard Hopkins. It's great to be with you in Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
Steve.
All right, Jim, the incredibly popular Tito Trinidad talking to our Jim Gray. Round 6 here between Simon in the white. Cherifi in the black, who just got tagged with a straight right hand by the Namibian. There have been no knockdowns thus far in the fight. Blood first appeared on Cherifi in round 2, and Cherifi pushed to the canvas 24 seconds into round 5.
Simon came out a little more energized this round. I think this corner told him, hey, you know, you start to let a couple of rounds slip away. You're letting Cherifi outwork. You get back to work, land the hard shots, push him back, and that's exactly what he's doing.
This is scheduled for 12 for the vacant WBO middleweight championship. A little fuzzy, a little perplexing. There's a slip by Cherifi as to why Armand Price of Sweden was stripped of the title. He was thinking of changing management, and for some reason they took the title away from him, opened it up for these two guys, but I'm not so sure why numbers 1 and number 2 are not fighting as opposed to these guys. In any event, we're here, and it's been a fairly entertaining fight.
Simon's fighting extra hard right here, using a lot of energy, but unloading some punishment on Cherifi.
If Simon loses, he keeps his junior middleweight belt. He is not rated as a middleweight, but getting special consideration because he is a world champion in another weight class.
That's a common practice with all the sanctioning bodies. You have a world title and you want to shift around and take a crack at another one. They'll allow it and let you keep the other one if you lose.
Cherifi was not rated by the WBO until yesterday. He became number 8. He is number 3 WBA. Simon forcing Cherifi into his own corner there with just seconds remaining in round 6. Simon has relied heavily on the right hand, but the last few rounds, Cherifi has really come on. Let's go inside the ropes, further dissect the situation with former world champion Bobby Ches.
Well, it's almost a replay round after round. Over the top, there's the right hand, right in the ear and temple area. There's another right hand on the jaw, and he's throwing it over the top. He's not throwing it straight. There's one to the body. Back up top again. And he consistently lands because Cherifi is biting the fake and letting his left hand go down and over the top. You'll notice Simon dips his shoulder. Cherifi watches the shoulder go down. He throws the right hand right over his jab.
Tu t'économies. Tu fais semblant, tu feintes, tu fais des choses. Tu as plus de métier que lui. Laisse-le. Souffle bien. Très bien, ça. Ce jour, c'est bien. Il n'y a pas des kilomètres.
Okay, second out. Second out. Second out. Second out. 7.
Blood first appeared, as mentioned, on Cherifi in round 2. His corner has done a pretty good job of preventing more bleeding from the cut above his left eye. Well, the bell is sounded for round 7, and both content to remain on their stools for some reason.
Well, for the past 3 rounds, Simon's corner has been in the ring, still in the ring, well after the whistle. The whistle is the signal to get out, and they stay in the ring. It's been, I don't know if they're just trying to buy him extra rest.
And a lot of moisture in that Simon corner that they are feverishly toweling off as we speak. Round 7 scheduled for 12 for the vacant WBO 160-pound title.
I know Felix Trinidad is watching, and he's watching because these are both potential fights that he could have, but I think right now they're potential victims. I don't see anything in front of me that Tito has to really worry about or be concerned with. At the same time, we still have a few rounds left.
Well, Simon says if he wins this fight, he'll throw down the gauntlet to Trinidad for a unification fight, but Felix has other matters to take care of first. Down goes Cherifi, but it was a tangling of feet.
Tangling of feet, a slip, and no punches.
That's the second time Cherifi went down, but not via the knockdown. Cherifi pushed to the canvas in round 5.
Simon slipped too. There's water in the ring. A lot of water dripping off Simon.
I think that is the result of the Simon corners. Simon tries to once again press Cherifi into the ropes and going to the body.
I think it's interesting that Simon here is displaying the strength and outworking in strong-wise, outworking Cherifi with power. Once again, we see Cherifi almost slip to the floor. Ring very slippery in the center. We talked about the fact, too, that Cherifi took this fight on only 8 days' notice. And he was scheduled to fight it the day before today, so he was scheduled to fight yesterday, which means that he was in probably pretty good shape, but he's only scheduled to fight an 8-rounder, not a 12-rounder. That's a significant difference, too.
And for Simon, it was his second opponent. He says he's used to that, Bobby. As you know, the last time we saw him against the Brit, Wayne Alexander, that was his 5th opponent within days. It's supposed to be Robert Allen. So he has to always stay very sharp, stay on his toes.
I would have loved to see him fight Robert Allen, and the Robert Allen I know and have come to watch could make a great fight for Simon.
Hey, no, don't push, hey, come on.
Cherifi seems to be tiring, Steve. Nothing on the punches again. But he did get in the way of that right hand, and that one.
The bell for round 7. Let's get it over to Jim Gray for a report on the wet condition of this ring.
Well, Steve, it's gotten wet through the course of the bout, but I was in the ring before the fight. In fact, there was great concern here in Puerto Rico about the ring here. There are a lot of spots in this ring where the wood underneath is warped, and they have tried to cover it up by using sponge in some place. They have carpet in other places. It's very uneven. It's causing a lot of these guys to turn their ankles. So you've seen a Cherifi go down a couple of times. That's because there are seams in between this. This is almost like the bad AstroTurf out at Veterans Stadium, where you see guys go down and turning ankles. I mean, this is deplorable. And if you remember the last time we were here, Steve, the ring collapsed in a Tito Trinidad fight that we did here some time ago. But this ring really is substandard.
Here's an example of what you're talking about, Jim.
Just a slip. They got tangled amongst themselves. Again, could be something in the flooring, some separation boards.
Not only that, but you see where those logos are for the various sponsors. Those are painted on, so the moisture makes that even more slippery for the fighters. And you're right, Jim, that was April of 1998, Tito Trinidad versus Mahenge Zulu for the IBF Welterweight Championship. We were here, and because of all the weight of all the people that flew into the ring to congratulate Trinidad, the ring collapsed. And it was like the Poseidon adventure. Jim Gray sliding down the ring almost into the first row. Unbelievable. And that was right here at the Ruben Rodriguez Coliseum.
A little bit of tape loose in Cherifi's gloves.
How do you sum this fight up to this point, Bobby?
You know, there was some reasonable ebb and flow. First round was kind of even. Then the next 2 rounds, clearly Harry Simon, and then we flip back. Cherifi comes on for a couple rounds, but then he died again. The last 2 rounds, all to Simon. So there has been some ebb and flow. If there's no more ebb and flow, I think that Cherifi's in trouble. He's looking the worst for wear right now.
And this is the quietest, the most tranquil this crowd has been all night. I mean, they got it going here at 7:30, and they were going wild here. A lot of local fighters were in action. The crowd had assembled very early. And perhaps they're all cheered out, but they don't have much to cheer about right now.
Right now, the action is limited. There's a lot of tying up on the inside, a lot of blocking. Crowd doesn't like that.
Or they're saving themselves for their hometown product, Daniel Santos, after this one in the main event.
Now, these are true fight fans here in Puerto Rico. I think if the fight heats up, they'll start screaming.
Knowledgeable fans. There's that tape flying around again on the right glove of Cherifi. Cherifi is a survivor. He's got a great chin, great heart, very resolute. It takes a lot to get this guy down. He got into a little bit of trouble in the early rounds, and then he started coming around himself. And most of that is just guts. He doesn't even have a game plan. He doesn't watch tapes. A wild right hand that missed by Simon. And that has been an accusation towards Simon for the last 3-4 fights. Just very wild, flailing away. No purpose to those punches.
Well, sometimes it's just staying busy. Pressure, physical pressure is in your face. It causes you mental and physical problems. Worrying about it, but there he is.
Going going back to Jim Gray's report a moment ago, as Simon peppers the head of Hacine Cherifi. So many dead spots here. As Jim pointed out, it's almost like the old parquet floor at the old Boston Garden.
Cherifi got hit with a good left hook, locked him a little bit.
Hey, break.
Less than 30 seconds remaining in round 8.
Okay, break.
Simon looks exhausted. And he got tagged with a right cross, and Cherifi looks like he's in better condition. Blood streaking from the right nostril of Hacine.
No, I just don't think so, Steve. I think that was just a big spurt by Cherifi. I think right now he's the worst for wear of the two, with more fatigue on his plate.
Well,
that hook didn't help.
There's a running left hook. Cherifi hitting Simon after the bell. Well, time will tell, Bobby. We'll see who's in the better shape. Today was the debut of Showbox, the new generation. Let's take a look at what's on tap in our next installment.
The torch has been passed and a new generation of fighters has emerged.
Get the shots off right away.
With the selfless dedication to the sport that their idols once had.
You had the dream, now let's make it happen.
Tough young scrappers eager to make their name and hungry to make their mark. Now watch them chase their dreams in the ring when Antonio Diaz takes on John Michael Johnson. Plus Olympic star Panchito Bojado on Showbox. The new generation, Saturday, August 4th, 5 p.m. only on Showtime.
Boy, some pretty fair boxers from the past in that promo. How about results from today's Showbox debut in Atlantic City? Johnny Molnar, technical decision over Victor Rosado. And then Leo Durin with a 9th round TKO over Martin O'Malley. That was stopped on cuts. Round 9. And another delay as they try to tend to that loose tape around the right glove of Cherifi. Simon's ready to go.
Okay.
We want to offer up our heartiest congratulations to Nick Charles and Steve Barhood for their premiere installment of Showbox, the new generation. And good luck for the future. All right, round 9, no knockdowns. Cherifi's been down a couple of times, but pushes and slips. And speaking of slips, there's more moisture. Yeah. Again, it's over the logo, which is extra slippery. Wild swing and a miss by Simon. There's the average length of title bouts for these guys. We're into round 9. So familiar territory for both.
Right. With all due fairness to that statistic, I think in title fights we have to say clearly that competition much stiffer for Cherifi.
Simon's never lost a title fight. He's 5-0. Cherifi 1-3.
I'd like to see. I'd love to see Joppy or something. I think that's a good fight.
Well, he certainly took care of matters against Hacine Cherifi. Why do you see that as a good matchup?
Well, Joppy's a better puncher than, he still has a good chin, but he's a better puncher than Cherifi. He's a little more aggressive and a much sharper puncher and counter puncher. I think that the way they match up, it's a heated battle.
And he did not fight the correct fight, in my opinion, against Felix Trinidad.
He clearly underestimated two things, Tito's speed and Tito's power. And you can't do that to a fighter that good. I don't care what division he's coming from.
Simon doing a lot of leaning on the shoulder and head of Cherifi, which leads me to believe that he might not be as perky as you think. Well, there's a good left hand, just as we say that. Every once in a while, he just keeps coming alive like this, and he is pounding away at the head of Cherifi.
Well, he showed me that he can deal with a full-blown middleweight. We know that Cherifi's been in there with some of the better fighters in the division, so he's shown he can do that. He's shown he has the strength and the power to hurt Cherifi.
But it's going to take a lot to put Cherifi down.
That's correct. I just don't think that he can step up to the upper echelon. Trinidad and Hopkins, I think that they beat Simon, but that's just my opinion.
Well, when Cherifi beat Keith Holmes, tough straight right to the body by Simon. In all fairness,
break.
Holmes
Stay away.
was looking ahead. He just wasn't up for that fight. He went all the way to Lyon, France, and he wasn't himself. And Cherifi took that title away, and then the very next fight, a few months later, Holmes won the title back.
So right now, this does not look like the Cherifi we've seen. He just doesn't seem to have the strength or firepower that we're used to seeing him bring to the table. And Simon hasn't hurt him that much, but it's just not there. And some days it's just not there. I know it's from experience.
Simon may be wondering to himself as he stares Cherifi down, what is it going to take to put this guy on the floor?
T'as vu comment il est mort aussi? Si, il est mort aussi. Je le sais, mais je te comprends. C'est normal. T'as vu le combat qu'il fait? C'est bien. C'est très bien fait. Je te jure, c'est bien.
All night long, Simon's been landing right hands. Here's a little work on the body. Comes up with a nice left hook. Mixing it up. Now he's going to come on right hand again. Right hand to the body, and that buckled Cherifi. He did not like that body shot. End of the round, we get a little stare down at the very end. No real clean punches landed here. And then they get a little stare down.
You know what I think helps Cherifi a lot? A lot of guys go into fights with him, Bobby, and they don't take him seriously. And then they wind up in a bit of trouble.
You know what? He's one of those guys that I like to say is effective in his awkwardness, because Cherifi's very awkward. Leans and bends a lot, throws punches from some odd angles. And more of a stand-up, straight-up fighter is former, well, he's still junior middleweight champion in Simon, but it's just hard to judge. It's really so hard to gauge Cherifi.
I think that's what happened in the case of Keith Holmes the first time they met. Joppy, of course, took Cherifi seriously. Referee has been taking a very close look at Cherifi.
See, I don't know if you noticed with that right hand, though. The right hand, he's not sitting on it. He's not turning his body in. It's just full arm punching, even there.
Oh, there's another slippage by Cherifi in his own corner. That's his own fault because that's the moisture from his corner.
Water everywhere. See, there's nothing on his punches. There's no body behind any of his punches. He's not really sitting. He's sliding his feet everywhere. His feet are up in the air. He's throwing just arm. That's no way to hurt someone.
And we're getting showered.
Step back. Come on, step back.
Cherifi really looking worn out now.
And Cherifi, if you look in his eyes, too, and you look at him as he takes some of the punches, he looks like he's at the end of his rope. See that right hand? That's not a right hand. That's a palm. It's horrible. I just don't understand why he's not throwing with any authority whatsoever.
Flicking left jab that sent Cherifi's head back. Snapped it right back.
I mean, if he's that tired or that hurt, wind up and throw a haymaker. Take a shot.
And there's a left-right combination.
As he gets hit with two haymakers.
Simon. Cherifi talking about the fact that he didn't think Simon had the quality of opposition that he did, but he's learning something here about Simon tonight. He can punch, even at this weight, moving up for the first time. But he hasn't put him down.
Watch Simon still bends his legs and digs in the shots. See, he still bends his leg, turn that right hand over.
Big overhand right by Simon. That sent Cherifi reeling. Cherifi bouncing off the ropes. Not where Hacine wants to be.
Now, right now, Hacine cannot keep up with the pace, with the speed of Simon. Both affecting a great deal.
He's deceiving, isn't he, Hacine? He hangs around, but he really doesn't have much left. And he doesn't have much behind those punches.
There's almost nothing behind those punches.
But he's game, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You can finish the fight with only body punches, baby. Only body punches, they can do the work. Only body punches can do the work. Only body punches.
We're going to take a look at Harry Simon on the left here. He's going to throw a big looping right hand on the jaw over here, and then he's going to come all the way back with the left hook and catch Cherifi. It just, Cherifi can't do anything. Steps right in, big right hand, and here wide left hook. He should have saw that coming a mile away, but he's tired and he's hurting. But those wide shots, the right hand's been landing here all day, but now the hook's starting to land as well.
Hips and shoulders needed when you work that body. Hips and shoulders needed here. You know how we work on the body. Okay. You know how you work on the body, okay? I need to see you study. I need to start working.
Simon in control. And as we enter the championship rounds, Cherifi needs a knockout to win the vacant title for France.
I clearly agree with that.
He has been slowed down methodically here.
And all that infighting I was talking about, the roughhousing, physical nature of that, has made Cherifi tired, not a smaller man, Simon, even though Simon came in weighing more than Cherifi.
Simon's first fight at 160. He came in as the WBO junior middleweight champion, 154. Digging left uppercut to the body by Simon. Debilitating shot.
Right now, Simon can do whatever he wants for the last 2 rounds, basically. It's not always a smart move to just sit back and do nothing, because we know how judges seem to see things differently from time to time, but I think he has absolutely no danger of losing this fight. I don't know that if he drops his hand, Cherifi's got enough to knock him out.
Well, Cherifi is trying. He's fighting. He's punching. At least he's offering. It's not as if he's totally given up. A hammering right hand to the head by Simon. Then a straight left hand that got through the defense. And then a combination to the head by Cherifi.
Again, nice combination, but no real power on it. And he's still trying hard, though.
Okay, break. Come on.
Cherifi like a wind-up doll at times. Almost looks like he fights on instinct.
No, I think that right now, especially when he's this tired, it's just a matter of heart and desire and some instinct. Just survive, throw, swing at whatever's in front of me. I'm not even sure he's aiming punches anymore.
Come on. Stay out the corner. Stay out the corner. Come on.
Using everything he can, too. Elbows and arms. Big right hand off the top of the head by Simon.
Okay, break.
Final seconds, round 11 for the vacant WBO middleweight championship. Again, a problem with the tape. And I'm sure no argument from Cherifi as he gets a bit of a rest. It's academic at this point. Cherifi needs a KO. Simon over here by us in the neutral corner. They are ready to continue. The referee, Roberto Ramirez from San Juan, his 110th world title fight.
Cherifi got his head caught up in here and got hit with a good left hook.
Simon pounding away.
Simon the fresher of the two, so the rest helped him even more.
Simon looked a little spent at some point of this fight, midway point. A little blood over the right eye of Simon, too. But good recuperative powers by Simon as well. Look at him dancing around. Hearing it from the crowd.
Sort of a half-hearted Ali shuffle.
Playing to the crowd. And now Simon looks like he's got his second win in great shape. 11 of the books.
Cherifi needed to back Simon up. Didn't happen that way. Simon pushing him back, take him to the ropes, body work, hook up top. Pushing him back, stepping in, another big hook. And Cherifi, right hand glancing off his temple. Cherifi backing up without purpose. Simon comes in, the two body shots started, then the left hook up top. And you can see his eyes didn't really roll back in his head, but that caught his attention pretty good. then the right hand, and now you see the legs a little wobbly on the Sherifi, not stirred.
You work on the body. You work to the side, you step to the side. You work to the step to the side, okay? You work to the step to the side.
Wait, don't move, Harry, please, don't move.
Try that.
Here it is, round 12, the final round for the vacant WBO middleweight championship.
Go ahead.
Cherifi very slow to get off of his chair. He is exhausted. A very cocky Harry Simon, believing that Cherifi just doesn't have the power to knock him out. He's just playing with him now. Clearly in command.
Something that's been deceivingly effective for Harry Simon all night long. Good body punches, the right hand and the hook and uppercuts on the inside. You see him more than once bend Cherifi over. Very deceptive, not so blatant or obvious, but very effective.
Simon unable to put Cherifi down, but that is nothing unusual with Cherifi. He's got a great chin and a great heart. He is a survivor. He's trying to turn the crowd on here, Cherifi. How many times have these guys gone into the 12th? Not many. Only Simon's third time. Cherifi's sixth.
Cherifi's starting to land a little bit, but I think it's a whole too much, too little, too late.
Cherifi looking for high drama here. If he can knock Simon out.
This is the only chance that Cherifi has, and Simon's giving him that chance rather than box smart.
Halfway through the final round.
Cherifi's still trying. You never can call this guy short on heart. He will give you all he has.
With a minute left of the 12th round, what's your overall assessment of Simon's performance?
You know, Steve, based on who he's fighting, based on Cherifi, I have to say the assessment of him was good. He was stronger than Cherifi. He punched harder than Cherifi. He was more accurate, more active. He outfought Cherifi at every aspect of the game, inside and out. At the same time, my only reservation is that this did not appear to be the Cherifi we've seen in the past.
How many times do you think he had Cherifi in trouble? I remember that one time early in the fight where he was really rocked.
I think he maybe had him seriously hurt twice, but not to the point that he was almost going to go down or out. Just that he really caught his attention and shook him up.
At one point, he did buckle Cherifi's knees. It looked like he might go down, but you know Cherifi.
Well, I'll tell you, Simon's stock can only go up from this performance, so we'll see what's next one, as this fight is all but over.
Final seconds. Oh, Cherifi almost went just before the bell. That's perhaps because feet were stepped on. But there was a punch involved as well. No knockdowns. Cherifi hearing it from the crowd, but
I guess they like him, but they can't think he won, Steve.
They can't think, not these knowledgeable fans. It has to be Harry Simon, who won almost every round. And looking to win his second world title, the obvious popular man here is this man, Hacine Cherifi. But it looks like Simon has made the successful jump in weight and will give up his junior middleweight crown for this WBO middleweight belt. Not surprisingly, at the expense of former champ Hacine Cherifi. Simon looking to remain undefeated to 22-0. But will remain with 17 knockouts. And looking to join an elite club that includes Felix Trinidad and Bernard Hopkins. And there is Tito, the WBA middleweight champ. Simon being booed.
Cherifi in that last round doing his best to just get something done. There's a nice overhand right attempt, although it didn't land clean. He's coming in and he's trying body shots, head shots. He's trying anything. He's desperate. I think even though he's got his hands up in the ring now, he does not believe he won this fight. Cherifi gets hit with a nice left hook.
Huh. You can't hurt me.
You've been hit enough. I don't think you need to hit any more. As the round winds down, Cherifi's taking his shot, but he slips again. That's not really a punch causing the legs to come out. That's a slip. And I think possibly the reason the crowd is cheering Cherifi so much is that he's not been outspoken about facing Trinidad, and Simon has. That's my best guess.
I think Simon obviously outclassed Cherifi here tonight, outstrengthened him, pretty much out everything Hacine Cherifi. No question about that. And they are taking an inordinate amount of time.
I never liked that.
Yeah, it always cause for controversy or raises your eyebrows. And I think Jimmy's got the totals right now and just about set to read them to the crowd. Almost set. The crowd reacting negatively to Harry Simon. I think he got a good point. He's been asking for Tito, and that's got the crowd going. Tito, I think. He's giving him the sign here. I hate to see that sign. You know, you don't want to see anybody do that, but
what sign was that?
That's
Steve?
the slash sign, and that's bad news. I don't like to see that. But
it's a little too much.
Yeah, but he's just indicating to the crowd that he can handle Simon with no problem. And we're set to get it up.
Caballeros, después de 12 rounds, tenemos una decisión unánime. Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dennis Nelson, tiene la pelea 117 a 110, 117 to 110. Judge Jose Torres anota 117 a 111, 117 to 111, and Judge Salomon scores the bout 119 to 108, 119 a 108 a favor del ganador, in favor of the winner, Harry Simon.
Well, Steve, I had it 118, 111, right in the ballpark with all the judges. They're 117, 111, 119, 108, or 109, so it's right there.
A lopsided unanimous decision for the man from Namibia, as Cherifi drops to 32-5-1. Simon goes to 22-0. The chance of bring on Tito to take care of business. One of the knocks on Simon has been inactivity. Will he look to stay sharp now and fight more frequently? And will his next opponent be former WBO middleweight champ Armand Cranch of Sweden, the mandatory light? Coming up next, it's our main event, the WBO welterweight championship. Local favorite Daniel Santos puts his title on the line against #1 Antonio Margarito from Tijuana, Mexico. Into the dressing room of the champion, Daniel Santos. He hails from right here in Puerto Rico. His success, though, has come mainly in Europe, winning the belt in Germany, retaining it in Italy and England. Last title defense, a thrilling second-round knockout over Northern Ireland's Neil Sinclair in December. Both were on the canvas in the first round, and Santos then ended it with a big left hook in the second. It was Sinclair's first shot at a title of any kind, and that is the same situation for Santos. Set for post-fight reaction from our opening bout. Let's go to Jim Gray in the ring. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Harry Cherifi's a pretty tough guy. You couldn't put him away.
Yes, he's a very tough guy. Very good fighter, good skills. No, I rate him. He's a good fighter.
Were you surprised because when you talked to us before the fight, you felt you'd have very little problem?
But really, I did have problems, but that's personal. Boxing is sports, and don't put it together with your personal stuff.
Now, you had said before the fight you would like to fight Felix Trinidad. Do you want to stay at 160 and fight some of these guys?
You know, to fight Trinidad for me is like a dream come true. You know, I really like to fight somebody who can fit my boxing style and is Trinidad. Doesn't matter double champion or what. It's just a human. You know, I really to prove myself that I'm one of the best in the world.
Well, Armand Crunch was the man who was the mandatory fight. He was the champion who was stripped. That'll be your next fight, correct?
I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I don't think Dream sleeping Hamid Crunch. I just think about Trinidad. If not Trinidad, then I'll go back to 54.
Oh, you will? Okay. Well, congratulations to you on your championship.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Steve, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim, as the fans now have high hopes of a hometown victory up next in our main event. And we'll check the scoring for you as Jimmy Lenton Jr. announced. There it is. Dennis Nelson.